Hello there, my very good friends. On this wrestling news video, it is over for Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, and I think you know why. I'm Andy.
I'm Adam.
And this is the news. We need to sort this out. I can't be saying this is the news.
It's just nice to be back.
Why are you so short? What's going on here?
I don't know, my chair.
We got a chair crisis over here. Can I go any taller? There we go. That'll do.
There we go.
There we go. Now we're out of frame. Good stuff. Having a live production meeting here on the news, but yeah, let's talk about AJ Lee.
Yes.
So we got the most concrete news so far regarding her WWE return. It is happening, and it is happening at WrestlePalooza. In fact, it might actually be happening a little bit sooner, which is bad news in kayfabe if your name is Seth Rollins or Lynch.
Yes.
I almost called her Beckward. That's not her name. That'd be like Squidward, but Irish last kicker version. Anyway, this has been heavily teased. It was teased at Clash in Paris when CM Punk went up to a sign and went, what's this? What's this I see?
Subtlety, I see.
Very subtly. Then on Raw, the great in-ring promo with Becky Lynch and CM Punk. Seth was kind of there, but he ran away. Where there were AJ Lee chants, Becky was like, she's a dope who doesn't even work here. Totally dismissed them. I thought she handled them really well. Now we know there's a concrete report here from two people, and it's on. It's happening. So Fightful Select have the most comprehensive report here, but there's also one from Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer Live saying that yeah, she's coming back. WWE is planning the match, that being Becky Lynch and Seth versus CM Punk and AJ Lee. Why would it be anything else? He's mentioned that a couple of times, but Fightful have the most comprehensive one here. They'd previously reported over the weekend that there'd been a bunch of pitches for AJ that hadn't been shot down the way they used to be, which is interesting. Now, WWE sources have heavily implied that she will be either appearing or referenced on this Friday's SmackDown, which of course is in Chicago, where she lives and where CM Punk is from. So it seems like a foregone conclusion is the exact phrasing that Fightful have used here. A bunch of people in WWE staff and talent, they haven't spoken to AJ since she left these people. But they have maintained very pleasant exchanges over the years. She and the company have. A number of women's wrestlers who grew up watching her are very excited in particular, as they would be. One veteran said they actually never got the chance to work with her previously. They were shocked that this is happening because CM Punk was always so dismissive of the idea. Yeah, because she doesn't need wrestling. She writes books and lives a good life and all that stuff, does TV things here and there. She's got a good life. Doesn't need this silly sport, but she's coming back for the love of the game. But yeah, it's happening. Now, there's no word on what happens after WrestlePalooza, which is where the tag team match will take place. But Fightful know that it isn't necessarily a one-off. WWE hope that they can do more. But even if this is it, they're happy to have her involved again. So yeah, unbelievable.
This is amazing news, absolutely, yeah. Great news if you're a fan of AJ Lee. Bad news if you're in the thumbnail game like me and Andy, because she used to be such a solid banker for surprise appearance at the Royal Rumble.
Who's going to enter? Yeah.
But then again, I suppose we can do that all over again with more justification next year. Look, really excited to see this. Obviously, we've speculated on, and there's been years and years, certainly ever since Punk returned to WWE, speculation about her coming back. Whether or not it's just because it's this storyline she's decided to get her teeth into, or like you say, that just an opportunity has come up within her schedule because she hasn't needed wrestling for quite some time now. But the clamour for her to return has never really gone away. And like you say, considering what happened in Clash in Paris and then on Raw, it was always seemingly that direction they were going to be heading in. Yeah, I hope this isn't a one-off. I really do, because, like you say, there's so many people I'd love to see her work with him within WWE, and so many people who've already dropped hints over the months and years saying, really wouldn't mind getting in there with AJ Lee. And I know, like, Roxanne Perez obviously has a great relationship with her too, and there's so many different things you can explore. I think she was, a sensational talent back in the day, and then everything happened, and I'm glad that she didn't have to rely upon wrestling as a result of all that. But yeah, I didn't even put, until you mentioned it there, the Chicago SmackDown connection. So what I'd quite like is, when WWE started dropping those CM Punk hints, people weren't sure whether they were or they weren't. like you say now, just go out with a sledgehammer. You've had CM Punk look at AJ Lee side, basically go,
What's
down
this?
the lens. With what happened on Raw, it feels fairly obvious. But I would have CM Punk make his entrance on SmackDown, right? And instead of going to do the whole, hey, it's clobbering time, arms behind the back, skipping down to the ring.
Skip to the loop. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do something real organic and natural, I would have her return on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I would, because we've done so many variations of teases and stuff, like with various people returning over the years. I always enjoy the AEW first dance method, where it was like, there's a guy returning. We're not going to mention him by name, but he was once a voice for people who could not speak or whatever. They made it so obvious without actually telling you. I like that.
Oh, I see we've got Mr. Styles booked for SmackDown. No, he can't come, but someone else with the beginning bit of his name might be there.
Uncle Alan is coming instead. So I like that approach. I understand why companies sometimes announce returns in advance because it does help pop a rating if people know that that's coming. But like, it's a real, and actually maybe they do need to pop a rating with the story we're about to lead off later on. But I would just do it this Friday. Just an organic, natural moment. Just do the thing.
And they shouldn't be in kayfabe like Becky and Seth now shouldn't be. Oh my God, who could have seen this coming?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
now, just have a return and be like, yeah, I've heard you've been talking smack. I'm coming to kick your ass.
Yeah, exactly. And like it would be one of the better wrestling moments of the year because like I don't really like the moments first style of booking that most wrestling companies are doing these days. However, this is one that makes total sense. Who else is CM Punk going to call on to fight Becky and Rollins? I mean, I've seen people put Rhea Ripley in that conversation. I think Rhea Ripley's great, but you've almost guaranteed that AJ Lee is showing up now, so you kind of have to pull that off. It makes perfect sense in story and in reality. It's a good bit of business. It's a really good bit of business for WrestlePalooza, which is shaping up to be quite a big show with the tag team reunion that we'll talk about a bit later on as well in the second video today.
Yeah, big they are. I mean, like depending on how you feel about it, they are trying to really make that weekend all about WrestlePalooza, aren't they?
Yeah, they're trying to. Yeah, absolutely. It's an aggressive competitive tactic. That's what they're doing. They know, and AEW for their part, they have a big show with in Canada. It's sold quite well, like attendance-wise and stuff like that. I think it's going to be an interesting experiment because WWE TV, whenever it's preempted and it goes head-to-head with AEW, it has a bigger impact on AEW's numbers than anything WWE TV does. AEW pay-per-view is interesting because I think it's the safest draw in AEW is the fact that the pay-per-view is probably going to be really good. The buy rates are one of their strongest KPIs. So, will a WWE pay-per-view going on a main roster one at the exact same time, will that have an impact on the buys? I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting to study.
And it's also about them trying to, it feels like sometimes, just dominate the conversation. Like, at certain occasions, you can't really do anything about a buy rate. Like, for me, I'd just watch one of the shows a little bit later.
Yeah, me too.
But
me too.
I suppose if you want the overall general wrestling conversation to be about your product rather than your competition, then, chuck, Brock Lesnar, a potential tag team reunion, and AJ Lee's return on one show.
Crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. And like, ultimately, I think WWE's strategy is to take that attention and that focus away. I think AEW will just put on what they think is the best show that they can, which has been their approach this year. We've seen much fewer shots taken and like little barbs and stuff taken by AEW, which I think is a good thing. Just focus on your product, right? That's not what WWE are doing, but that's how this company has always behaved, going back to the 80s. And like, it's business, it's competitive, it's shark, it's dog eat dog, it's capitalism, baby.
My favourite is still when they were like, the new season of Total Divas is all elites, and I was like, you've never said that sentence before in your life.
Where'd you get that one from, guys? I wonder. But yeah, it's a really interesting. I mean, if you're a fan, it's just a feast. It's an absolute feast.
And it's a Saturday, isn't it? Please.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's the 20th, I think. So.
Yeah, I want to stag do the weekend before. It's the 20th. It's a Saturday.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, thank goodness.
Absolutely beautiful. Saturday means that us idiots in the UK can wake up and watch it. We don't have to stay up till. I don't know.
I don't think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. So that'll be my Sunday morning. Coffee, No more half marathons.
Oh yeah, it's this weekend,
it's
isn't
this
it?
Weekend. It'll be done by then. I can just sit and chill and watch wrestling with some coffee.
We're going to be there cheering you and Hamlet on. Don't worry.
Hey, there you go. We're gonna
donate. Is still a fantastic cause that Andy's running for.
Yeah.
Less so Hamlet. Who cares?
I don't think he's raising. To be fair,
Yeah.
I don't think he's doing fundraiser. But I'll share that again tomorrow.
Yes.
Last one. I'm bothering you with. But yeah, cool. All right, that's AJ Lee.
Woo.
Simon Miller's here later on, by the way.
Is he?
He's explaining why AJ Lee is
Good.
returning. So if you want more on her, it's coming. It's coming. Also, second news coming right up.
Ooh.
All kinds of stories in
Yeah.
there. Good thumbnail for it as well. They're always good thumbnails. Check out this video right now. This is just a bunch of botches, mate. So enjoy those. Have fun. Bye.
Bye.